Alright everybody, welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Bow Only. This is my fight against Sin the Slumbering Dragon, and as you can see, this fight took a long time. Yeah. I went through a lot of different strategies trying to figure out exactly how I was going to fight this boss. For one, he can do lunge attacks like that. His fire is pretty infamous. He can cause toxic, which means that he can't be poisoned. So there's no way to actually get his health down aside from, shooting him. So, no status affliction that you can do on him or anything like that. It really is just dodging attacks as best you can, and shooting whenever you get the chance. And unfortunately, a lot of times he really only leaves you the ability to get one or two shots off on him. Getting close to him in melee range didn't really seem to work out very well. Free aiming seemed to honestly be the best way to defeat him. So I ended up coming up with the strategy that you're seeing on the screen right now. Eventually you can kind of get him into a little bit of an AI loop with some of this stuff. And when you do, whenever you're close enough, when he does moves like that, you can lock on for a moment and then get like one or two shots off if you can. But for the most part, free aiming really was the way to go with this. And it actually was kind of fun. I actually really enjoyed it. Having to kind of think outside of the box without completely relying on, the lock-on mechanic to aim my bow with and make sure that I was able to do damage. The real issue comes in with just how much damage I'm doing or not doing. Whenever you get a headshot on him, he seems to take a little bit more damage, I think. There are a few times when you look at the damage that I was doing and wasn't really doing a whole lot. Like right here. Now, I don't know if that's his hyper armor or if that is just the fact that maybe I didn't hit him on the head. I'm kind of leaning more towards it's his hyper armor. But I did notice that a lot of the headshots that I would do would hit for, some pretty decent damage. Sin is one of my favorite Dark Souls bosses. Definitely my favorite of the Dark Souls 2 DLCs. And like I said in the Dark Lurker video, Dark Lurker is my favorite of the base game. But like I said, Sin definitely takes the top spot for my favorite boss. I think the second favorite boss would be Fume Knight, and then probably third would be like Old Ivory King, which later on, I can't wait to talk about the Old Ivory King fight. I went into this fight thinking actually that this was going to be the wall of the run, to where I was going to be stuck on it for like a day or two and not really getting anywhere or feeling like I was like having a good grasp of the fight. No, Old Ivory King, that was the wall of the run. And like I said, I can't wait to talk about that, so I'm not going to talk about it here. As I was listening to myself after I recorded that last segment, I realized that I was calling the burned Ivory King the Old Ivory King, because I'm apparently a fucking moron. Clearly I meant burnt Ivory King. But, you know, I don't really have a whole lot more to say about this boss. You know, you can see the strategy that I'm using on screen. It worked really well. And like I said, I really enjoyed the fact that this fight made me kind of take a look at it and come up with an actual strategy for how to defeat him. So, you know, once again, this was one of my favorite fights to do bow only, and it also happened to be, you know, one of my favorite fights in Dark Souls 2. So, you know, yeah, I think this was their first dragon boss that I think really worked. I think Calamite is really cool dragon boss, but there's certain things about Calamite that I just don't like in his fight. That, you know, I just am not a huge fan of him. So, yeah, this was the first one where I was really into, like, oh, okay, maybe FromSoft does have something with these dragon fights. You know, because the one in Demon Souls was pretty much worthless, and you know, Guardian Dragon in this one is pretty much worthless as well. No, this is an incredibly well-designed dragon fight, and I think Dark Souls 2 is made better for it with its DLC and including this boss with it. So I think this is the end of the commentary. I really do hate ending commentary and videos early, but I don't want to just continue to babble on about like random stuff, you know. And like I said, there's like 7 more minutes to this fight. You've pretty much got the gist of it. This video exists just to say I did it. So it's literally just proof, because this was a really cool victory for me in this run. So I don't remember how many actual attempts I had before this one. I could go back in the videos and look. I want to say it was probably like 8 attempts or something like that. So yeah, Sin was a hard one to figure out for sure. So I hope that you have enjoyed this series so far. Thank you very much for watching. If you do stick around until the end, thank you very much. Celebrate with me at the end. And if you don't, hey, you know, no hard feelings. It's a long video and it's one fight. So, hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you in the next one.